Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Owens back again. Week 5 update on the East Point deal. So I'm standing inside the property now, and I got some good news and I got some bad news for you guys. Which ones do you want first? Everybody always wants the bad news first. All right, so the bad news is I am waiting on the city of East Point to come and approve our general permit so that we can do the rest of the work in the property. The good news is they have signed off on the demo. Yay! So we're getting steps closer to actually doing some work that you guys can actually see and all the stuff you see on HGTV. So they came in last week and they approved the demo. We had to make sure that we disposed of all of the things that was inside this house. So all of the old wiring, plumbing, the tubs, they want to make sure that we wasn't going to reuse any of that. So we had to throw all of that away, and they came back in, finally got that inspected, and they signed off on it. So I'll show you guys the actual permit that's hanging in the window, because you actually have to keep those permits visible on the property so that they coming by again, they know, okay, I've been in that house, I've approved the work that they're doing so far. So I'll show you that, but let's take a look around the property so you guys can see some of the stuff I'm talking about today. All right, turn the camera around for you. Okay, so let's walk through, see what's been done. So if you recall last time, you saw a lot of the debris and the trash that was sitting right there. Actually, that's where the counters were last time. So there's a lot of cleanup that's being done since we were here last time. Walking around, I mean, clearly you can still see through the property. Nothing substantial that would say, oh, I like the way that's looking, right? You really like the way none of it's looking right now. So just wanted to continue to give you that update to show you, though, that the work is being done. We are at the mercy of the city of East Point now. And I tell you, man, this is one of those jurisdictions in Atlanta that they are very slow to get around to approving documents. And get this, we're actually helping the city out when we rehab these houses, right? Because right now they're not getting a lot of tax dollars for a property that's not high in value. Actually, if it was vacant, a lot of times these homeowners aren't even paying the taxes on it. So that reduces the revenue that the city is actually getting that they could be using to do some other stuff. So when we come in and we rehab these properties, we increase the value on it. That also increases the amount of property taxes that the city of East Point gets. So any area, all right? So we're doing good for the community. And that's what we're trying to show and tell them, that we're doing good. We're trying to get you guys some more money. Help us out. Help us help you. All right, so that's why I love rehabbing houses. But getting back to the property, as you can see, I just literally walked through a wall, right? Sort of like what they call that superhero, one of those guys that walk through walls. I just did that because there's nothing there to block me from going through. Actually, I just got a spider web in my head. Let me get that out. All right. So looking at it, so I'm looking at the back side of the old bathroom. So actually we'll go back around here so you can kind of see we did take out that toilet, did take out that tub that was there, still got the nice big hole in the ground. All right, so you can see that's where the old toilet was, the plumbing hole that's going straight down to the ground. That's where the old tub was there. So we've taken all of that out. Back on that other side over there, that's where the other bathroom was. So all of those old plumbing fixtures been taken out. A lot of the old electrical wires have been taken out. Again, that's part of the demo inspection to come through, because if that stuff is not up to code, those city inspectors, and I joke about them not getting to us timely, but they really do a good job and a good service, because they want to make sure that whoever buys this house, they're going to be safe inside it. It's not going to catch on fire. It's not going to cause any major plumbing leaks. So you got to make sure you're doing things the right way. So that's what the inspection is all about, is to make sure that you got the right licensed people, and you don't just have your cousin Bob or cousin Tom that know how to do some work on the side come in here and rig something up, and then you got some major problems that may cause some issues later on. All right, so that's what the inspection is all about. But again, just showing you up top, right? Nothing's been put up there. I mentioned last time that I had my special helper here with me, that we were going to put the HVAC unit upstairs in the attic, right? Because that's what that big hole was right here prior. A lot of the HVAC was below ground. A lot of older homes have that style, so we're going to move it up in the ceiling so that all the vents come out of the walls up top there. That's where they'll come out. It'll make the circulation of the air a lot more comfortable inside the house. All right, walking around, really No major changes other than you can see that a lot of the old things have been taken out. All right, so week 5 update. Take a quick look. I'm not going to go outside. Actually, I probably need to come start cutting this grass. That's another thing that the city would tell you to do. If you let your grass grow too high, some of these areas, they'll come put a notice on it now that they know somebody's over here working and say, hey, keep your grass cut. Don't let it get 5 or 6 inches above the ground there. Brings the property value down. So I actually that's another expense I gotta add to the list. We are now in the spring, going into the summer months here in the South. So, you know, grass grows very quickly. So every 2 weeks, we need to make sure we have someone over here cutting the grass so that we don't get that fine. All right, so here is the permit. Actually, this is the notice that they put on my window here saying, hey, here's the process of permits in the city of East Point. All right, they're valid for 6 months. Here's the inspection schedule. And here's this. So you see this thing down here at the bottom, these reinspection fees. This is why it's so important to make sure you hire good contractors that's going to do the work right the first time. Because if they come out and they say, hey, you missed something. This is not done to code. You need to fix that. So not only do you have to pay more money to have it fixed, but you also have to pay the city again to come out and reinspect what they told you had to fix the first time. So that's why it's very important to make sure you hire good contractors, not only to have a good return on your value for the property, but to keep your expenses down and make sure you're doing things the right way. So this is the actual permit itself. I'll show you this here real quick. All right, so you can see the address. There's my permit number. As you can see, we only have the building permit so far. We have to go get the electrical permit, the plumbing permit, the HVAC permit. All right, so all of those are actually going to be pulled under the general contractor's permit. So that has to be done first. All right, here's where we had a little bit of a problem where they were actually trying to come out here. They couldn't even get in the property. It was like, hey, we left the lockbox open for you guys, but apparently they didn't know how to work a lockbox. So they had to come back out here. So all of that stuff adds time to the process. Time is money. And in this business, that's the most truest saying I ever heard, that time is money, right? Because every day that goes by is another day that we aren't able to get in here and rehab it. Another day that takes away from the time that we can list the property and get it sold. I mentioned earlier about, you know, you got grass growing, so you got to keep that cut. All right, at some point we'll have the power on. You need power to do more work inside the property, and you know, every day power bill goes. Same thing with the water when you have to test the plumbing out. So time is money in this business here. The quicker you can get in and get the rehab done, the quicker you can lower your expenses and get the property sold. All right. So a little education for you guys today. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you guys see where we are so far, what some of the hiccups are, and we are at the mercy of the city now, but it seems like they're starting to work with us. So hopefully next week we'll be able to see some more tangible updates to the actual work itself, so you can see how my contractor is doing. Help me judge him too, by the way. All right, so turn this camera here back around one more time. All right, guys, so I just gave you guys the week 5 update. Getting ready to get out of here now. It's Friday afternoon. The wife is waiting on me. The kids are waiting on me. Getting ready to go spend a little quality time with family. I think she also wants to look at some patio furniture too, so maybe about to spend some money. If you got any thoughts, any questions, any suggestions for me, feel free to drop them down in the comment section. All right, I'll make sure I get back to you. And by the way, if you want more of these videos, you want to see more behind the scenes with the Owens household, feel free to follow us on our YouTube channel, right? House of Owens. That's where we upload these videos. So you can follow us, get an inside look at what's going on with Rehab, actually some of the things that my little CFO likes to do as well. All right, so look forward to speaking with you guys next week. Peace.